I just seen 6 and I went.
Okay, we're good.
I'd like to call the meeting to order at 6:01 p.m. We acknowledge that the town of Winnipeg Beach is located on First Nations Treaty 1 territory, the traditional territory and ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene people, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties made on these territories. We dedicate ourselves to move forward with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration, to make Manitoba an inclusive and accessible place for everyone who lives here. Can you hear me back there okay? I'd like to ask the gallery to refrain from discussions, please. Agenda item 4, approval of agenda. To be resolved, the agenda for July 9th, 2025 regular meeting of council be approved as presented. As per the following additions, deletions. Well, I thought that meant there was none. Addition 7.1, accounts payable approval. Mover, please. Doug, seconder. Larry. Any discussion? We're good? All in favor? Carried. Item number 5, confirmation of minutes. Be it hereby resolved that the minutes of the June 19th, 2025 special meeting with June 2025 regular meeting be approved as circulated. Mover, please. Seconder, Jean. Discussion? All in favor? Carried. Okay, I'd like the delegation come forward, please.
Yeah, Mr. Smazy's.
Where's I go?
Yeah, sit down
If you wanna just, stand to the right.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
There we go.
Yep,
Come on.
you're on.
Okay, I am speaking on behalf of Salty's Restaurant, Pizza Plate, Dairy Bee, Johnny's, Casabianca, Winnipeg Beach General Store, Trebles, and Midnight Annie's. I have been in business at Winnipeg Beach for over 47 years. Sadly, I have watched the main street of Winnipeg Beach slowly slide from a bustling, busy avenue to almost a ghost town, feeling with only 3 or 4 locations open for business. Winnipeg Beach is dying, and bringing in food carts will only accelerate this process. Winnipeg Beach needs investors to buy derelict buildings and vacant lots, to renovate, to build, and to give people a reason to visit Main Street. Investors look for progressive, innovative communities where investing their money. Food carts are not a replacement for progress, they are admission of defeat. Winnipeg Beach used to have numerous attractions. Now we have 2. We have the beach and a beautiful bandstand that is sadly underutilized. Why not outdoor bingo, karaoke nights, movies, clowns and face painting for the kids, bands on Friday nights? For example, Gimli this weekend has a band on Friday, 2 bands on Saturday, and a car show on Sunday. That's progressive. You need revenue for this, so why not start charging the vacant buildings and vacant lots the full tax instead of a minimum? This could encourage owners to renovate or sell. You would increase the tax base considerably. Remember, food carts do not pay taxes and do not contribute to the community. Every dollar spent at a food cart will not be spent at a local business, whether in town or on the highway. Now, regarding the survey, your decision should not be based on a flawed, invalid, anonymous survey on Facebook. Not everyone is on Facebook. Many people have multiple profiles. The survey could have been filled out 100 times by one person. Cottagers could not pick up a paper coffee if they were here on a weekend because the office was closed. We need activities for the children, we need washrooms open later than 6 p.m., we need to look like a resort, and we very much need investors. We do not need food carts. In closing, the business owners at Winnipeg Beach strongly oppose the approval of food carts.
Anyone have any questions?
I have mine that comes with this.
So
This is part of the same one.
each delegation is only allotted one person to speak on behalf?
You asked her if I could speak, she said yes, so.
I guess you can.
Yeah. What you can do is he can read it on your behalf.
Okay, I'll tell you where to read it, let's start with this. Start with number one.
Okay, we would love to see new businesses open. For example, novelty stores, arcades, restaurants, clothing, etc., to make the beach a fun and attractive place to come. Before I begin, I want you all to know that we are not opposed to new businesses coming to Winnipeg Beach.
Number two.
Bricks and mortar stores will enhance the community and stay for years to come. Therefore, the following businesses list: Johnny's, Salty's, all of them, the ones that I read earlier.
They signed it.
They signed this petition that we presented to every one of you earlier. The restaurant owners of the town of Winnipeg Beach are strongly opposed to mobile food carts vendors being given permission to operate within the town on a regular basis throughout the summer season. We understand that during boardwalk days, these mobile food vendors have been allowed due to the overwhelming number of people present on those days. However, regular operation of these mobile food cart vendors during the summer season will be detrimental to the long-standing brick and mortar businesses that have been operating for decades, supporting the community and the local economy. The restaurant owners and others have numerous serious concerns regarding the allowance of mobile food vendors. The following is the list of a number of those concerns. May to September is the main time for local restaurants and businesses to make their profits so that some of them may stay open longer hours and throughout the winter. Loss of business through this crucial period due to the mobile food cart vendors will have a significant impact on the viability of year-round operations. Local businesses / restaurants have had a long-standing relationship with the town of Winnipeg Beach, and both the summer and permanent residents that are open for business, no matter the global economy, the weather, through the COVID pandemic and into the present, where these pandemic years have long-term effects. Mobile food cart vendors only come on good weather days for limited hours without establishing any roots in the community and without contributing anything to the local economy. They show up when it's convenient for them, take revenue from local businesses, and leave with no positive economic impact on the town of Winnipeg Beach or its people. The nominal fees that the town of Winnipeg Beach is proposing to collect from the out-of-town mobile food cart vendors will not substantially benefit the local economy, while simultaneously taking away business from long-standing brick and mortar businesses that have paid property taxes, utilities, insurance, provide numerous donations to town events and charities, while also creating jobs for local residents, including tradespeople, suppliers, and farmers. Jobs created by brick and mortar businesses / restaurants benefit the local economy since employees earn and spend their money locally. The local restaurants alone employ close to 100 people every year. Mobile food cart vendors will not employ any local residents, and the money they earn leaves the town and does not benefit the local economy or community in any way. The type of food sold by the mobile food cart vendors is irrelevant, as money spent on any food item at a mobile food cart vendor is money that will not be spent at a local restaurant or business. This reduction in revenue will lead to more empty buildings in town of Winnipeg Beach and loss of economic growth, community benefit, and tourism. Mobile food cart vendors are not a tourist attraction and would not draw more people to the town of Winnipeg Beach. The idea that people drive out of Winnipeg specifically to eat at a mobile food cart is incorrect. However, people do drive out of to Winnipeg Beach to eat at local brick and mortar restaurants where their families have been frequenting for years. These restaurants rely on this business during the short summer season. Local restaurants / businesses support the town of Winnipeg Beach infrastructure through their taxes for such things as solid waste management and wastewater management. The mobile food cart vendors will not pay for solid waste management or for municipal wastewater treatment. However, they will generate solid waste, which will require pickup, and additional bathroom facilities will be required for any additional cost to local businesses and residents through their taxes. Local restaurants close at appropriate times based on the number of customers who frequent their businesses after certain hours. This decision is made based on years of experience and operational costs. The idea that mobile food cart vendors will remain open for longer hours when no potential customers are present is incorrect. Mobile food cart vendors will not operate at later hours because it is not viable. They will drive back to where they came from. The proposed space for the mobile food cart vendors is adjacent to a residential area with private homes. The noise pollution created by the diesel generators, as well as the harmful gases and fumes, will negatively affect and disturb homeowners who enjoy their quiet homes and nature. This proposed space will also take away crucial parking space for the public, which are already lacking and already cause people to block driveways and lanes and to park at no parking areas and on private property. Mobile food cart vendors come and go as they please and take much needed revenue directly from the hands of brick and mortar business establishments and restaurants within the town of Winnipeg Beach that operate to support the local community, keep the town thriving, and grow the local economy. We believe that the mayor and council of Winnipeg Beach should support the long-term brick and mortar businesses that have established themselves in the community over generations. We ask for your support and a decision not to allow mobile food cart vendors to operate in Winnipeg Beach. Our collective hope is that we may operate and serve the great community of Winnipeg Beach and surrounding area for many more years to come. And I believe all of you received a copy of this with the signatures of the business owners earlier. So that's our whole speech.
Any questions? Yep.
Not a question, and I'd like to thank Ms. Mazies for their input. It's valuable information for us to take into consideration when we're making our decision. However, there's been some comments made about location of food carts, and I would just like to clarify that as a council, we've had no discussions on locations, so I'm not sure where any of this is coming from, but I want to assure Ms. Mazies and the other business owners that we haven't gotten that far. No discussions have happened by this council as to locations, and we are still awaiting the results of the survey. And as I said, we'll also be taking any other input that we've received into consideration at the time.
Of course, you're right, but we do have access to a lot across the street here. I'll finish, please. Mm-hmm. And so I think that would be a great starting point, but of course we all have to talk about it and get it to come forward. And I was the one saying that they could go there, just to alleviate everybody's worries that it wasn't going to be on Main Street.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
More questions? I'm gonna go back to the restaurant.
Oh,
I was gonna
sorry,
say.
we gotta go to work.
Agenda item 7.1, accounts payable approval. Be it hereby resolved, the council approves the accounts payable listing being check number 24577 to check number 24659, inclusive of checks, electronic payments, and payroll issued in amount of $150,648.02 as circulated. Mover, please. Seconder, Jean? Discussion? Is it good? All in favor? Carried. Excuse me. 9.1 Recreation Master Plan Proposal. Whereas the town's strategic plan identifies the creation of a recreation center, rink and curling club long-term improvement plan to assist with budgeting and inform the community of planned improvements, develop and promote recreation, community programs that respond to the current residents' needs. And whereas a proposal to undertake the development of a recreation master plan has been submitted and reviewed by the administration. And whereas the proposal aligns with, excuse me, with the goals and objectives set out in the town's strategic plan and provides a framework for community engagement and long-term planning. Therefore, be it resolved, the Council of Town of Waunapig Beach hereby approves the proposal for the development of a recreation master plan as presented and authorizes administration to proceed with the necessary steps to initiate the project. Mover. Jean. Seconder. Barry. I would like to discuss something on this. The night I voted for this, I knew as soon as I voted, it wasn't how I felt like voting. I made a mistake and it's on me. It's that simple. Any other discussion? Yep.
So as a council, we approved the strat plan that was prepared by Guy Fox. Our community strategic plan is a roadmap for decision-making, planning and budgeting to achieve our full potential. The purpose of the strategic plan is to develop a shared vision, direction, and goals to meet the needs of our community. Engaging community members, receiving your feedback, ensuring that the resulting vision is not only grounded in our town's unique character, but also reflects the aspiration and values of those who call it their permanent or seasonal home. A comprehensive community strategic plan helps us address economic, environmental, and cultural challenges and identify ways to improve the lives of the residents of Waunapig Beach. Identifying and prioritizing key strategic goals and outcomes, this community strategic plan will help shape the future of Waunapig Beach. It provides a framework for making intentional strategic decisions and tracking our success. With a shared vision for the future, we can protect what we love about our community, retain and attract more businesses, and enhance the quality of life. A community's vision for success. Through the public consultation process, along with input from council and staff, the municipality identified 7 major strategic areas of responsibility. These areas, known as strategic pillars, were developed through a comprehensive understanding of Waunapig Beach's purpose, vision, stakeholder needs, and the competitive landscape in which we operate. These pillars form the foundation of our plan, outlining the 7 key areas our municipality must focus on to ensure success both now and in the future. One of those pillars that was identified is recreation. Strategy priority: to enhance community well-being, inclusivity, and quality of life by offering diverse recreational services and programs that cater to all ages and interests. Initiative: creation of a recreation center, rink and curling club, long-term improvement plan to assist with budgeting and inform the community of planned improvements. Develop and promote recreation and community programs that respond to current residents' needs. Encourage community ambassadors and volunteers. Consider areas where active trails would be created within the community, and continue with the installation of trail markers, recognizing the importance of active transportation. Explore the cost of community open gym for multi-purpose use, indoor classes, and partnering with neighboring municipalities to offer different programs and promote recreation throughout the region. The rec study was requested by the rec manager in her budget submission. It was discussed during our budget meetings and was approved by council. Another item that was included for information for us to be able to make a decision was a resource provided by Ian Goodall-George, the regional consultant for Indigenous and Municipal Relations for the province of Manitoba, 10 reasons why you need a Parks and Recreation Master Plan. They assess current and future recreation needs of the community. They establish a long-range vision. They help prioritize and budget for capital improvement plans. Master plans provide for strategies to fill gaps and reduce redundancy within park systems. The master planning process builds community support. Plans promote new ideas and partnerships. They establish a strong foundation. They encourage new opportunities for future development. They align CIP investment and community needs. And master plans in the planning process educate the public. For these reasons, I will continue to support the request for the Recreation Master Plan. And if I could get some clarification from administration, was the vendor advised that a resolution was passed to accept the proposal that was put forward?
Yes.
So Fox was advised, the resolution was passed.
Yeah, the contractor has been notified.
Okay, so if this is going back to a vote, I would like to request that we at least defer until the CAO gets a legal opinion as to whether or not we are now contractually obligated to follow through since there was a written confirmation.
Have we sent the check?
No,
Okay, was the contract signed?
just the resolution was provided to the
But
contractor.
no contract was signed. Okay. So, there's 5 fairly intelligent people in this room. Towns have been figuring out their rec for 100 years. I think we can figure it out. I don't think we've tried to figure it out. Certainly not since I've been here. And we hire consultant after consultant after consultant, yet we're still in the same spot all the time. My feeling is we can figure this out. That's all I got to say. Anybody else have anything to say? Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I agree with you, not changing my vote. I said, we are 5 capable people around this table. We know what's wrong, we know what's not wrong with that rec center and situations around town. To spend almost $12,000 to give somebody ideas, I think we can come up with those ideas ourselves and save us a lot of money in a lot of these reports. In a nice town.
Anybody else? Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I think Larry said it right. We should give it a go, see how it works out. And I think we've got to work a little bit more with our management team. I think that'll help. Have a little more communication as to what we're hoping to see. And what the public wants to see.
I totally agree with what the public wants and volunteers. I mean, we can make this thing work. We can. It's that simple. If we work hard enough at it, we can get it. That's my feeling. Doug?
I'm actually gonna change my vote. I initially had voted in favor of it, but I'm gonna rescind that now. And I went back to 4 surveys, all the way back to 2007. And almost every single, 2007, 2017, 2022, and then recently in 2025. So we've had 4 in the last 18 years, and every single one of them has said the same thing, that we've never managed to accomplish anything. My original reason for voting in favor of it was because we had invested so much time and energy as well as money into it. And I think, and I've said this in this council meeting before, I think we're gonna get what we've always got. The same answer, and we know what the answer is, so I'm gonna change my vote.
Anybody else like to go? Jim?
There was the question that I put forward, Mayor Plotton, about getting a legal opinion. I mean, we've all heard verbal contracts, our verbal contracts, the vendor was advised, I just want to make sure that we are not going to be contractually obligated.
Well, there's been no contract. It's a resolution. Resolutions get changed, they get rescinded. It comes and goes. What's your thoughts?
Well, resolutions are how council speak. They are decisions and written binding decisions that we execute as a result of.
But
I'm not a
council-
lawyer, so I can't speak to that specifically, on whether it's binding or if it's not. But a resolution is a decision by council.
And to rescind a resolution is a decision by council.
Correct.
I feel secure. Does anybody else have any thoughts on legal? If they're gonna come after us legally, I'm glad we're not going with them. If that's the way it's gonna be, if they're gonna sue us. What was that surprise look for? Everybody can't just sue everybody. Towns change their minds, cities change their minds, they change whole subdivisions. Nobody ends up in court forever.
If
And
we're gonna teeter into legal discussion, we should, table that portion of it for an in-camera.
And I didn't mean it derogatory towards it. Yep, I'll just go with that. So can we proceed with this part? Or do you want to have a resolution to go in camera to talk about the legal parts?
So what I would recommend is, do this resolution, and then if council wants to give direction, for legal, then that can be discussed in camera. And then a resolution can be decided out of camera,
For the legal aspect, not this aspect.
regarding the legal aspect of it, yes.
Yeah. Okay, are we ready? Oh, sorry,
I'd like to request a recorded vote on this.
I
bill,
was already
please.
gonna do that. So we're good to go, all in favor?
Can we read out the resolution?
Oh,
You did?
yeah, I did already.
There's been no amendments to it.
So, all in favor of going with them, and the other being not in favor of going with them, if I understand this correctly?
I'm in favor.
Okay. All against? Carried, or is that carried?
Defeated.
Defeated, yes. Didn't sound right as soon as it said it. Agenda item 10.1, Commissioner of Oath and Affidavit Policy 2025-08 Draft. Be hereby resolved that council approve policy 2025-08 being the Commissioner of Oath and Affidavit Policy for the town of Winnipeg Beach. Mover, please. No, seconder? There. Did you want to speak on that?
So this is just to standardize our processes that are already happening in-house. By the formation of this policy, it just provides clarity for the public and everyone.
So nothing has changed in this policy at all?
Nope.
Thank you.
Good. All in favor? Carried. Excuse me. Agenda item 10.2, EIPD Development Plan Amendment Bylaw 3-2025 for comment. Whereas council received Eastern Interlake Planning District Bylaw 3-2025 for review and comment, and whereas council has reviewed, therefore be resolved that council for the town of Winnipeg Beach issue the following comments. No comment. Mover? Seconder? Jean? All in favor? Carried. But my throat ever getting froggy. Excuse me. Agenda item 10.3, tax sale reserve bid, whereas the town of Winnipeg Beach will on October 9th, 2025 at 10:30 a.m. proceed to sell properties that are not redeemed from tax sale by public auction. And whereas pursuant to section 372 of the Municipal Act, a municipality may set a reserve bid in the amount of the tax arrears and costs in respect of the property. Therefore be it resolved, the town of Winnipeg Beach place a reserve bid on roll numbers 8,700, 45,200, and 92,500 in the amount of all the arrears and costs in respect of the property. Mover, please. Barry, seconder. Any discussion on this? All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.4, request to waive bandstand fee, the Wednesday night jammers. Be it resolved that council retroactively approve the use of the bandstand by the Wednesday night jammers on June 18th, July 2nd, and July 9th, 2025, and that applicable rental fees for these dates be waived, and that council authorize the Wednesday night jammers to continue booking the bandstand on Wednesday evenings during the summer months in 2025 and in future years, subject to availability and coordination with the town with the town staff. And further that all confirmed dates be included on the town's annual event permit and records as appropriate. Mover, please. Mayor, seconder, Larry, discussion? Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. It's a great idea to have anybody out there, not charging and letting the people from the parks and the town come and listen to them jam. And if anybody else would want to come out and jam with them, hey, so be it, then it would be great for the public here.
Yeah, the one I went to, they asked other people if I could come, please come, and they want no money, they don't want tips, they don't want it, they just wanna play music.
Yeah, we used to have jam nights at our Legion too, and it brought in a lot of people, a lot of jammers came there, fiddlers, et cetera, and it was a great time.
It could be the start of something.
Yeah.
Yep, it's only gonna grow,
Yep,
for sure.
everybody's good? All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.5, 2025 tax due date extension. Whereas the property tax due date for Winnipeg Beach is August 31st, 2025, and whereas council recognizes some properties were impacted by both an assessment increase and the school tax changes, therefore be it resolved that council authorize the 30-day extension to the due date with the new due date to be September 30th, 2025. Mover, please. Or seconder? Or discussion? We're all good? All in favor? Carried. I gotta get a breath for this one, so long. 10.6, line of credit renewal. Whereas section 173-1 of the Municipal Act provides for the borrowing of money for operating expenses during the fiscal year, and whereas any money borrowed must not exceed the amount collected in taxes and grant in lieu of taxes in the previous year. And whereas the municipality's portion of taxes and grant in lieu of taxes levied in 2024 amounted to $2,789,185.33 for the town of Winnipeg Beach. Therefore be it resolved, the town of Winnipeg Beach borrow money in the amount of $500,000 by means of a line of credit at the Access Credit Union, Gimli, Manitoba for operating expenses. And further be it resolved, the town does mortgage and pledge to Access Credit Union all projected 2025 taxes of $2,940,368.44 be collected for the current year as security for repayment on the amount so borrowed. Now, the current signing officers are authorized to execute on behalf of the town all necessary documents to give effect to the foregoing. Mover, please. Bear, seconder. Any questions? Yep.
Yeah, is that what we borrow pretty well every year?
This is our
The
standard
same amount of
process.
taxes? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Good. All in favor? Carried. Excuse me. I just looked up here and nodded at me. Agenda item 10.70 and, 10.7, indemnity bylaw review request. Be it resolved that council directs administration to make the following changes to the indemnity bylaw. Mover. Doug, seconder. Barry. I brought this one forward, so I should speak on it first. We are one of the only municipalities that has a bylaw in place to travel from a city to here. Every other municipality, or the majority of municipalities, correct that, they charge from your home place and the community you're from for mileage, an hourly rate, and they just pay mileage, they don't pay hourly rate. So say I live, I don't know, I get 0.2 of a kilometer. I think this is very costly don't think it's necessary. And I would like to remove that part. Okay, anybody else? Yeah, go ahead.
I have checked some neighboring municipalities. Victoria Beach, similar situation as us, permanent and seasonal. They have a counselor that lives in the city that is a seasonal, and their bylaw, like ours, states that they are entitled to mileage coming to meetings at Victoria Beach. The RM of St. Andrews has their office in Flandeboy. Their members are entitled to receive mileage coming to Flandeboy, and some of them are coming as far as the city limits. The RM of Lac Du Bonnet, Raven Council are entitled to claim mileage when attending regular meetings of council. If we are going to, 60% of our tax base is seasonal. We had difficulty the last election encouraging enough people to establish a council. We were required to have a by-election. If we're removing mileage for travel in the community for meetings, then what other incentives are we going to make to encourage seasonal taxpayers to run for council so that council is made up of fair and equitable representation of all the community?
We just sold our house. My wife lives in the city, and I go there weekends. I rent an apartment to do it. Now, maybe that's not feasible for everybody, and maybe it is. And I also talked to 3 MSOs over this. Said it's basically unheard of.
I believe Mayor Platt and I just gave you some examples of where
Yeah,
it is
I'm
not
just
unheard of.
saying
Victoria Beach
where
is a
my-
very similar situation to ours, and their councillor that lives in the city also is entitled to claim mileage to come to meetings in the community. So that is an exact example and very common comparison or similar comparison to this community.
Okay. Anybody else like to speak on this? We're good?
I'd like to request a recorded vote on this,
Yep.
please.
So just to clarify, the following changes is that, council wants to remove the mileage for travel to and from council meetings, not your attending, like if you go to a convention in Winnipeg, you're technically traveling outside of the municipality, which you would be subject to mileage for. So you would still be eligible for that, but not attending regular meetings.
Correct, in my opinion. And it's very common for all municipalities to pay from your municipality to, we just went to the AMM in Oak Point, I believe it was called. We all got paid for that because we left our municipality to go there. It's doable. Yep, go ahead.
And a lot of us travel together also, we don't take separate cars,
Yeah.
3, 4 of us. So we are saving money for taxpayers.
Yeah.
So to remove the mileage to and from like regular meetings, special meetings, what if we have like somebody comes here, would that then be eligible or is that not?
Like an outside person off of council.
Like if, so say we have a minister coming up to our council and that's, not on a regular council day, would that be considered eligible mileage or not?
No.
Well, I would say no.
Okay, no, I just wanna clarify to include that in
You
the
had your hand
resolution.
up there.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, so I've got to remove the mileage for travel to and from all to and from for all duties for regular meetings, special meetings, or other meetings that occur in the town.
Okay, so, now, we're here in the summer, so we get paid to go outside, but not to come in, is what I mean.
Yeah, so you would, remove the mileage for travel to, for regular meetings, special meetings, and other meetings that occur in the town. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So is there an hourly rate for that? Do we have this set up?
Right now,
Yes.
so right now, section 5 of the bylaw states that that each member of council engaged in traveling to, attendance at, and returning from any meeting of any organization that is in the interest of the town for, or for attendance at special meetings and public hearings, if duly authorized by resolution of council, shall be paid as follows, and then it lists the hourly rate inclusive of travel time.
Okay, so that's quite standard, that one. So we're not paying hourly rate from the city out as well as mileage?
It states that,
Or from Toronto, or no matter where you come from?
it says any meeting of any organization that is in the interest of the town, you are eligible for travel time.
So here, I'll put my scenario in there. Live in the city, I'm not traveling, I'm traveling to here. I'm not charging mileage by the hour. Does that make sense? So is that how we're set up?
Not based on this current verbiage. Your travel time would be included and you would be subject to the mileage rate, as authorized. Sections 5 and section 7.
So if we're cutting out the kilometers, why aren't we cutting out the hourly rate to come here? Like,
That's council's decision.
that's, I know, I'm not posing that question to you, but doesn't that make sense? I'm not gonna charge for coming out here. Oh, sorry,
Excuse me, Mayor Cotton, I thought you live in the community.
I have an apartment here, yes I do.
Okay, so I'm not sure what you're
You
coming
have-
from the city.
You have a cottage here and you have a house in the city.
No, I'm just saying, my primary residence is in the city, your primary residence is in Winnipeg Beach. So I'm just not sure why that's the example you're using. You can go ahead and use me as the example.
I'm not using you
I'm
as
the
an
one that lives
example.
in the city,
Yeah.
and so what you're saying is, you want all mileage and all hourly time removed for a member of council that is a seasonal property owner that is coming from the city in the winter.
Yes.
Okay.
And the way it was explained to me.
That's fine, that's all
Well,
I
I wanna
understand.
say something, that's fine too. The way it was explained to me, everyone knows where the office is when they got elected. They get paid from their home or their cottage to here. You give a couple examples where they don't do that. I mean, yeah, we have a home in the city, this is my address. This is where I live, I'm still going to the city, so if I decide to come over on a Wednesday for a meeting, I'm not gonna charge by the hour or kilometer to come out to a meeting, because I know where the office is. And I'm not looking for a debate or an argument, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to save some money, and we know where it is.
Well, perhaps as a fair and equitable way to save money by all of council, we would just eliminate mileage altogether from the bylaw.
That isn't what I brought forward.
I understand you brought it forward, but it's also brought forward for discussion. So perhaps we could, if we want to
Is
be.
that what you'd like to do?
Sure, if we're gonna be removing any mileage as a cost-saving measure for the town, perhaps all of council could contribute to the cost saving, and we eliminate mileage altogether.
But in every other town, council and mayors the CAOs get paid to leave the town and come back. They don't get paid to come up.
And as I said, Victoria Beach, which is a similar makeup to us, a predominantly seasonal, small, permanent resident base. They have a counselor that lives in Winnipeg, and then anytime that counselor comes to Victoria Beach for a meeting, they are entitled. So that is a direct, fair comparison. But if you wish to remove it, Mayor Plotkin, and put that forward, you are very welcome to. I'm just
Yes, I
stating
know,
my point.
I know that.
I'm
And
just
that
stating my
council
points.
made that decision to do that.
Pardon me?
Their council made that decision to do that for that one
As
person.
did, no, not for that one person, it's a general policy statement in the bylaw. So, for example, if Councillor Hole is working in Winnipeg and has to come to Winnipeg Beach for a meeting, he is entitled to claim mileage.
How do you feel about that?
I said, excuse me, Mayor Plotkin, just to clarify, I said he's entitled to, doesn't mean he has to, I'm just saying the
Okay.
bylaw allows it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think if you got your principal residence here, you don't get paid for anything. Like I can go to my friend's house in Winnipeg, come out for a meeting, stay till Wednesday, come out for a meeting here and charge for mileage, I don't think so. And our past CAO, a couple of years ago said, no, your principal residence is here, you don't get paid from. If you're in Swan River, if you're in Timbuktu, you're not gonna get paid to come back here to a meeting where your principal residence is. It's utterly crazy.
And you mentioned one other thing about getting people to run for council, we never have enough, right? So this was in place and nobody from Winnipeg ran for the mayor's position. Correct? So I guess it doesn't work every time. Anyway, discussion, has anybody else got something to say or like to say or? We're all good?
I'd like a recorded vote on this matter as well. please.
I've already
Okay.
wrote it all down there. All in favor? To
Eliminate the mileage.
eliminate that bylaw.
Remove
Jody,
the mileage and travel time for travel to attend meetings and required duties of council when located in the town. So,
Read again, please.
remove the mileage and travel time for travel to attend meetings, and required duties of council when located in the town.
that makes sense
If
to me.
it's located here, anything
Yeah.
involving council, we're removing mileage and travel time.
And everything else remains the same.
Yes,
We can put that in here. All other sections of the,
So basically, it's just, and again,
So-
it's to cover council meetings only, regular council meetings.
council meetings and any other required duties of council
Within the town limits.
within the town
Okay,
limits.
thank you.
Yeah.
another thing to cut costs from doing that and attend by phone. If anybody likes that, we can do that and, I imagine I will sometime. Is everybody clear on it? I don't want to be any misconceptions. Barry, you're good?
Yep.
You understand, Larry? You understand?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All in favor? All against? Carried. Twelve point six, committee reports approval. Be resolved, the council accept committee reports as presented. Mover, please. Hook, seconder. There. Any discussion? We're good to go? All in favor? Carried. Oh, round table discussion. Excuse me. Anybody got anything? Sir,
Yeah,
go ahead.
it's, should have been brought up for me, I guess, Winnipeg Beach Legion is having a PNR comedy hypnosis show on Friday, July the 18th. The cost is $15. Should be a fun night, cash bar, there's a 50-50 draw, cost is $15. Also, they have Catch the Joker for Friday, August the 8th. It's a Ukrainian lunch at 5:30, draw starts at 7. Tickets are $20, and they have to let go $2,210. That is in the pot that was left from years ago. So that's Friday, August the 8th. There is also a false supper at the Legion, Saturday, September 13th. I'll bring these up, of course, later on. $25, one sitting at 4 p.m. And there is also an Italian night put on by the Ladies Auxiliary on October 18th. Doors open 5:30, dinner at 6. $20 for adults and $12 for children. So once again, they got a 50-50 there, cash bar, and I'll be bringing those up at later dates also. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, just a reminder, the Winnipeg Beach Curling Club golf tournament is Sunday, July the 20th at Inwood Golf Course. And I believe they've still got openings for teams, so if you want to reach out, people want to reach out to the curling club. Entry fee, I believe, is $85 a person, teams of 4. Shotguns start at noon. Also, shout out to Public Works, the town is looking beautiful.
I totally agree with you on that. Yes, piers look great. I don't know if I told you today, I won't be here for the next meeting. We have to do that with a resolution to get approval for me not to be here. I'm going home for a high school reunion. Yeah, I talked to Bear, see if he was available. Any resolution for that, or?
You only require a resolution when you miss multiple consecutive meetings. If you're just missing the one, you don't need a resolution at this point, but we will talk if there is anything further.
Anybody else? Out here, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, about 3 of them. The big sign by the skate park. And I think we rent out the signage on that.
Yeah.
There's 3 defunct businesses on there. So maybe we want, if somebody has a business that they want to advertise on that sign, that they should contact the office on that.
Yes, they should.
But there are 3 businesses that are no longer in business on that sign. The charging station, did we change the rates on that?
That is still a report that we're working on generating.
Because I thought we had agreed that we would at least double what we were doing. I think it was like $1 or something.
Council did a resolution to give direction to do a review of the rates and put forward a proposal to council for approval. We didn't
But we're
agree
still-
to update, we didn't
Okay.
agree to double the rates, so that is something that will be brought to council.
Yeah, and I mentioned because I've seen a few cars in there, and lastly is the banners, which I brought before, is that we have the center block on Main Street are missing all 4 banners from the Historical Society. From May the 23rd, I think, they still haven't been up. So I don't know where they are or why they're not there, but we bought them, they should be up.
Yeah, and the clasps that hold those banners on, we've learned don't function fully, which is why the banners were taken down. We're in the process right now of creating a proper.
They should still be under warranty. They were
class.
purchased in September of 2024. That's when we paid them. September 28th, 2024, $6,900. So if those clips or clamps or whatever are malfunctioning, then we should get a hold of whoever made them and say, find us some new ones. Because there should be we should at least get a 1-year warranty on something that's worth $7,000.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Okay. And that's all I have.
Anybody else? Agenda item 13.2, council, committee, and board reports approval. Be it hereby resolved that council approves the council, committee, and board reports as presented. Mover, please. Larry, seconder. Doug? got any committees? We're good? In favor? Carried. Fourteen point one, accept correspondence. Be it hereby resolved that correspondence be accepted as circulated. Mover, please. Larry, seconder. Doug. You have the correspondence?
We just had one item, on the agenda for correspondence.
Somebody's watershed.
Oh, we're just accepting it.
Yeah.
Sorry. All in favor? Carries. Oh, agenda item 15.1 in camera. Be it hereby resolved that council moves into camera at 6:55, does that look right?
6:56.
6:56, thank you. To discuss personnel matters and be it further resolved that any matters discussed while in camera be held confidential until such time as discussed open council. All in favor? Oh, sorry, I never did the mover. I had the mover. Mover, sorry. Seconder. There. Okay, we'll try this again. All in favor? Agenda item 15.2, out of camera. Be it hereby resolved, the council moves out of camera at
7:23.
Q. And resumes the regular meeting of council. Mover, please. The seconder, Mayor. All in favor? Carried. I guess we want to adjourn the meeting.
Yep. We have-
I just thought maybe somebody had something else to say. 16, adjournment. Be it hereby resolved, the council adjourns July 9th, 2025, regular meeting at,
7:23 still.
7:23. Mover. Doug, seconder, Bear.